Hey guys, it's Tom here from Pckgr. Today I wanted to talk about a new feature that we have been rolling out, which is the private application repository, and this is available on our business plan. The reason we wanted to create a private application repository is we wanted to offer a more premium application deployment service for enterprise customers. As you know, our standard deployment has been to use Winget via PowerShell scripts, and this has worked really well for us, especially with smaller customers. But as we have grown, we decided that we needed to provide a more premium solution for customers who wanted to take application patching to the next level. So today we're just going to take a little bit of a look at how the applications work with the private repo. So as you can see here, I'm on my application library. I'm going to select add new app, hosted app. And as you can see, because I'm on the business plan, I have access to this slider here, and we have the standard hosted applications, and that's what's using Winget. But then we can click this slider over, and that provides us with the private repository. As you can see, there's going to be a few differences right off the bat, starting with the fact that we package up the applications a little bit differently. So we sort of create an application for each architecture, and even sometimes for, whether it's an XE or MSI, like different installer, we do it like that. And that allows you to have a little bit more customization and flexibility around exactly what type of application you want to deploy. So we'll just go ahead here and add in one password. Close that down. Now, as you can see here, it's awaiting deployment. Now, here's pretty much a standard deployment that you would expect if you would use the Winget repository, but with one new major feature, and that is around the fact that you can delay updates by up to 4 days. The reason we can actually bring that in for our private repository is because unlike Winget, where we're calling upon Winget for the manifest to install the application, the private repository actually packages the installer inside the Win deployment. So that means you can afford to basically deploy an app and either turn off auto update or delay the update without any worries about new deployments for that version having any issues if it's removed from Winget or anything like that. Or if for some applications in Winget that use vanity URLs, you might have heard of the hash mismatch issue. When a new version comes out and the link for that app expires, that would no longer be an issue for the private application. So we're going to go ahead and deploy that with just 4 days to delay it. And so that means when a new version for 1Password becomes available, it will actually schedule the update for 4 days time. As you can see here with this application, I've already demonstrated it here that I had set it for a delayed schedule and then simulated an update. And so it basically has scheduled that update for me, which will eventually deploy out once the schedule has taken off. So as this application deploys out, couple of other things that I wanted to discuss. Because it's not using Winget to deploy the applications, we no longer have to attach the Winget pre-install to the application because, as I said, it's not using Winget, and this can help a lot around removing that dependency of Winget, especially during autopilot. And that's mostly because Windows typically doesn't ship with a version of Winget that can work, and so that can sometimes cause issues. So purely being able to deploy the installer embedded and not have to rely on Winget is great. We've had issues with customers in the past where their firewall has blocked download links from certain regions. For 7-zip, they might have had the firewall blocking the download, so the app would fail and they would have to whitelist that. That would no longer happen either because all the installations are actually coming directly from Intune itself, as they're all uploaded to your storage account. So we can see that that has worked. We'll come in here and we'll click View in Intune. We'll just go down here into properties, and I just wanted to show you here, as you can see, dependencies. No dependency has been set, for the Winget pre-install. So that can basically install without having to have Winget on the device. A couple of other different things that happen. So typically with the Winget deployments, when a new version comes out, it simply modifies the existing application registration. Whereas for the new private application, it creates a brand new application, then it copies over your previous group assignments, and then it deletes out the previous app. And the benefit of this is that you're better able to capture which devices or users are getting the latest update, because every time the monitoring, like in the monitoring section, the status resets, and so you'll see them start to come in rather than all the devices being there all the time. So we'll just close that and we'll delete that. A couple of other features that we're planning on bringing in is to have ring groups for your deployments. So being able to assign groups to an application and specify the delay of those groups. So you could have a pilot group that's day 0 and your production could be on day 3. And that way it'll bring in more opportunity for testing of applications before they're deployed into your production environment. So as I mentioned before, the private repository is on our business plan only. And again, it is a premium offering, and with the business plan, it also does include Mac applications, your custom applications, which allows you to upload applications yourself and deploy them out. I just also wanted to mention as well that all the applications, when an update is detected, we do test each installation and detection script in a separate container before they are pushed out and deployed to your Intune tenants. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video.